is preparing quarterly staff cost. So this is a bit tricky because just same, your manager not only wants monthly, your manager also wants a quarterly report. So what you can do is, maybe I'll just rename this alternate HOR, rename this into monthly, and then after that go here, add a new sheet. So we don't have to actually do everything from scratch. Instead, what we need to do is, we need to actually first add 2 rows. So I'm going to highlight this. Highlight means shift spacebar, control shift equal, control shift equal. And what I'm going to do here is, I want to put here period number, and over here is quarter number. So why period number? Because we want to know whether the particular period is the first month, second month, and so on. So I'm going to put here equal, select this particular cell, plus 1. So meaning that this one is the first month, and then if I drag to the right, that means this is the second month, third month, fourth month, and so on. So Control G, EZ, and this is row number 7. Enter, Control Shift left, Control R. And just like that, we are able to know what is the period. So now we know that this is the period. The next thing is, what we want to do is, we want to know the quarter number. Meaning to say, this is the first quarter, this is the second quarter, this is the third quarter. So what I do is, I put here equal, select this period number divided by 3. But if you notice, when I divide by 3, it shows me a decimal. I don't want decimal. Instead, I want to show 1. So what I'll do is equal, round up, so that it will round up the number. Select this number divided by 3 and comma 0, because round us to the nearest decimal. So I'm going to put here 0 and enter. So now it shows 1. Control R. So Control G, EZ. This is row number 8. Control Shift left, Control R. So now we are able to know what is the quarter. So what I'm going to do next is, I need to copy this, Shift spacebar, Control C, and I'll just paste it over here. So now this is the data. I need to actually auto fit the column, alternate HOI. So now this is the data. So the next thing is, I need to write here the quarter number. Okay. And I need to freeze pane. So now we do have start, and then here, instead of 0, I'm going to put here 2, because the current month will be 0. 1 quarter, we have about 3 months. So I'm going to press here enter. So that shows that September. Control Shift right, Control R, and then Control Spacebar, alternate HOI. So there you go. Of course, the period I don't need. I only need the quarter number. So equal, plus 1. And then I go here, Control Shift left, Control R, and align to the center. So now we do have this data over here. The next thing is, I want to actually copy all this, salary until the bonus, and I'm going to paste it over here. So now what I need to do is, I need to actually calculate the quarterly basis. Instead of doing manually, like for example, I calculate the sum, for example, equals sum, I go to monthly, and I just select this. This is not a proper way, because we need to actually calculate quarterly, but instead of doing manually, we can actually use SUMIF, equal SUMIF. So we have range, criteria, sum range. So the range over here is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select the monthly tab. So now our range will be the quarter number. What I need to do is, I need to lock this, okay, by pressing F4 button, comma, and then I go to sheet 2, and I need to select this quarter number over here. So here I only need to lock the row, because all the quarter number is located in the same row. So I press F4 button for the first time and second time, so that it locked the row only. Why? Because we want to actually refer to these particular cells as well. Comma, next is sum range. I'll go here and select the salary tab. Enter. So now you notice that we have 750,000. Without plussing manually, we can actually use SUMIF. And I want to drag down, Control D. So now this is the data. So we don't have bonus for the current quarter, because bonus will be only given on the May month. Control G, and I'll go to column EZ, and this is row number 9. Control Shift up, Control Shift left, Control R. And then if just say I want to highlight the column, Control Spacebar, alternate HOI. And just like that, we are able to get the data. And then I can also use alternate equal to auto sum, Control G, EZ, and I go to row number 10, Control Shift left, Control R, and Control Spacebar, alternate HOI, and over here, alternate HBU, Control B. So what happened is, right now here, we are able to refer to this data. So this is the quarterly cost. Because if you see here, if they say I were to calculate for the current quarter, it is about 992,000, which is also similar over here. So we are able to calculate the quarter cost as well. So I need to rename this alternate HOR. I'm going to put here quarterly. Okay, and as we go to the right, we notice that we don't have any numbers as we go over here, because the last data, if you notice, is June 2038. Because if you see here, when we go to the last column, the last one is April 2038. So that is why we don't have any data from July onwards. So you can actually select all these, control spacebar, control minus, so that we only have until April or 30th June 2038.